Most people see PowerShell and immediately close it. It looks intimidating, it looks technical, and honestly, that's fair enough. But what if I told you that there are commands in here that can fix stubborn Windows update errors, recover gigabytes of wasted storage, restart a broken internet connection, revive a frozen taskbar, and even optimize your drive for better performance? Because they exist. And today I'm going to show you 6 PowerShell commands that can solve some of the most common Windows problems in just a few minutes. You don't need to be a developer and you don't need to know how to code. Just make sure you open PowerShell as an administrator before starting. So how does that look? Just first off, head over to your taskbar, click on it, and then where we have the search, go ahead and search for PowerShell. Now you're going to find the Windows PowerShell and the version. Just click on Run as Administrator. So click on this option and then click on Yes. So it's going to open up in full screen and I'm going to expand it more. All right, so the good news is you only need to do this once. Every command we're covering today can be run from the same PowerShell window and none of them leave any of your settings disabled or any of your connections changed. Let's get started. So first things first, we're getting into the first command, which is declare Windows Update Cache. So have you ever installed a Windows update that just refuses to install? They get stuck downloading, fail with some critical errors, then try again and fail the same way. Usually, the cache they rely on has gone bad. This command clears it out and lets Windows rebuild a clean one. So this is what the command looks like. And all you need to do to run this is just hit the enter key on your computer. As the command runs, you may see some yellow messages saying it's waiting for BITS to start. That's completely normal and not an error. The command stops the update services and replaces the cache folder and then starts everything back up automatically. All right, and now we're going to be moving over to the next command, which is declare delivery optimization cache. Here's one most people don't know about. Windows stores some update files in the background and can even use them to share updates with other PCs. Over time, this cache can quietly grow into several gigabytes. So let's see how large the cache is first. So we're going to check the cache size, and to do this, you're going to have to enter this code that will appear on your screen. And once you've entered the code, it would appear on your screen. Just hit on enter and it's going to begin running. And once it's done, we can now easily clear the other cache by entering another code. To do this, just follow the command on your screen. This is the code, and now all you need to do is just hit enter on your computer screen and it would successfully delete the delivery optimization cache. And then to confirm it's done, you can simply verify the cleanup by entering this code. We had used this code earlier, so just go ahead and paste it back in here and hit enter on your computer screen. And now you can see the difference. We went from 23 all the way to 9 and a sum of 0. If the final check shows a warning about no active jobs, that's actually good news. That's your confirmation that the cache has been emptied successfully. Now, on to the next command, which is clear temporary files. Temporary files actually build up every single day from Windows, applications, installers, and background processes, but most people never clear them. Over time, that can become significant amount of wasted storage space. So to remove them, run this simple command. It's going to appear on your screen. And once you've pasted the command into the Windows PowerShell, go ahead and hit enter. This clears both the user temporary folder and the Windows temporary folder in one go. A few files may be skipped because they are currently being used. That's completely expected, so don't worry if the folders doesn't reach 0 files. All right, now the next command we're going to be looking at is the reset network adapters. So maybe your Wi-Fi says it's connected, but nothing actually loads, or maybe you switched networks and Windows never fully recovered. Instead of rebooting the entire PC, you can restart the network adapters. So to restart all your adapters, just simply use this command and just hit on enter. Once you've done so, if you'd rather restart only your physical adapters and leave your VPNs or virtual adapters alone, you can use another version of this. And the version looks like this. So just go ahead and hit enter, and as soon as you run the command, your internet connection will disconnect briefly. After a few seconds, Windows automatically reconnects everything. All right, so moving on to the next command, which is the reload Windows shell. So if your taskbar ever freezes, the start menu doesn't open, or your desktop items and icons stop responding, you don't necessarily need to restart your whole computer. Most of the time, the Windows Explorer is the component that's stuck. The command to restart it is this. Now, once you've written this out, just go ahead and hit enter on your computer, and your desktop, taskbar, and File Explorer may disappear for a moment. That's normal. Just make sure you run both parts of the command together so the Explorer automatically relaunches. Within a few seconds, everything should be fine and return to normal. All right, and for our last command, we have the optimize your drive. So the final command optimizes your main drive. What's great is that Windows automatically detects what type of drive you're using. If you have an SSD or NVMe drive, Windows performs a trim operation to help maintain fast write performance. So if you're using a traditional hard drive, Windows may perform a defragmentation instead. So the command to get this done is this. You don't need to configure anything manually, as Windows figures out the drive type on its own and performs the appropriate maintenance. On SSDs, this usually finishes very quickly, so you just need to hit enter on your computer and it's going to run. On older mechanical hard drives, you may take a while, so just let it complete itself. And that's why it actually runs last. Why does this order actually matter? You might be wondering why we're running these commands in specific orders. The answer is simple. Each command performs an independent task, and none of them interfere with the next one. We start with the Windows Update repairs because they are one of the most common causes of system issues. And then the next thing we move on to is the clean delivery optimization files and temporary files to just free up your storage and remove any unnecessary clutter. Then we move on to network troubleshooting and the Windows shell repairs for connectivity and responsiveness or any problems associated with that. Finally, we optimize the drives because it's the most disk-intensive task and can take the longest time to complete. Most importantly, nothing in this sequence deletes any of your personal files, disables Windows settings, or even change your network configuration permanently. Once the command finishes running, your system is ready to continue working normally as you were using it. And that's it, guys. Those are 6 powerful PowerShell commands that can help fix Windows problems, free up your storage space, repair any connectivity issues you have, and improve overall system performance. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button and watch our next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.